Hey, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Heather and we are a fun, fabulous sewing tutorial channel where I encourage you all to be you and I am always me. So thank you for joining me here today. We are doing a much asked for, much anticipated project today. Okay, so probably a month ago, I was going to say a couple weeks, but I think it's been a month now, I released a free key fob pattern, and really it was just measurements, but it gave you what you needed to be able to create these really pretty key fob wallets that were a little different than a traditional wallet that you would normally see. So a couple of folks have asked me, what about if I have a directional print? How do I make a wallet like that? And today that is exactly what we're doing, you guys. We are making the directional print version of the key fob wallets. And I have super exciting news. We have actual free downloadable pattern pieces for you with this wallet. So these will be linked in the description box below. It is totally free. It's a Google Drive document, so you just click on it and you'll download both the top exterior panel and interior panel, the bottom interior and exterior, and the back piece. So there is no written instructions, but the pattern pieces are going to be available to print. And here's our directional wallet, you guys. So you can see we're using directional prints here, and it is very similar to our other key fob wallets. These were our non-directional print wallets, and you can see very similar here. A little different. The shape is slightly different because of how we're putting it together, but very, very similar. So this is our directional print today. We've got a hex riptstop on the inside. And the other really fun thing that I'm excited about is this material is custom printed material. So it's actually not available anywhere. I had this custom printed because I really wanted something directional to go with our summer vibes that we have going on here. And so this is exciting for me. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what if I really like it? How can I get it? I am actually offering these as kits. So I have a very limited quantity of them, but anyone who is interested in using this material, you can order a kit which will come with enough material for you to cut out your pattern pieces. It will also come with the pattern pieces for you to cut out so you don't have to print them. So it will come with this exterior, which is this really fun beachy lighthouse. It will also come with interior hex ripstop material, and this is waterproof. And then you will also get everything else you need. So you're going to get this red zipper tape. You're going to get your gate ring, and you're going to get your zipper pull. And then you'll also get this fold over elastic that we use for binding, and you'll get your piece of bias tape that we use for the gate ring connector here. Okay. So, like I said, there'll be a limited quantity available, but I really wanted folks to be able to use the same material that I was using, and so I have created a couple of kits for purchase. And I'm so excited about that because I've never done this before, so I really was just so pumped to share. By the time this video comes out, these kits will be live on the site, as well as a good amount of our summer drop will be live on the site as well. So make sure you check that out. I will have the link to these kits as well as the link just to my regular site in the description box below, along with anything else that I can link. So, oh, and the free pattern. If you don't want a kit and you just want to make it yourself, the pattern pieces are going to be linked in the description box too. So I'm super, super stoked for today and to show you how to make this with directional print, or just to give you another option if you are using non-directional prints and you want to make it a different way. I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to bring this to you. And our original, our OG key fob wallet video, a lot of my camera was a little bit off, and so we're not having that struggle today. I'll be paying close attention to that. So if you watched that video and you were wondering what I was doing, if you couldn't see it, you should be able to see it here today. Let's head on over to the machine and get going. All right, so here we are at the machine, which is a Juki TL2010Q. We're using Tex 35 weight thread from Wizardry Stitchery in the top and the bobbin. We have a Microtex 9014 needle in. We're using our tank foot, and the numbers on the side are KT141. And I think that's about it for the machine. So here are our materials, and if you purchase the kit that has limited quantities, I know, but if it is something that people really like, I will make more available. Anyways, if you purchase the kit, this is exactly what you're going to get as well. So we've got our top and our bottom piece, and this is the custom printed vinyl from Your Vinyl Source. And then we've got our hex riptstop for our interior pieces, and then we've got our back pieces of that as well. Again, our interior and our exterior. And then we've got our zip pull. We've got our gate ring here. You guys know I love these things. And by the way, too, anything that I can link, I will have in the description box. So yes, I'll have a link to purchase the kits. The pattern for this is totally free. So the Google Drive will be there also. You just have to click on that and you'll get the pattern pieces. There are no written instructions. Your girl does not do written instructions because, oh my gosh, those are difficult. But you'll just watch this video and it's really a simple sew. So using those pattern pieces that are included for free in the description will really help you. I will let you know where I got this hex riptstop. It's great for interiors. This won't be available because it is a custom print. But anything that I can link, these gate rings, I will definitely link as well. And our fold over elastic, etc. So all of that will be in there. The only thing that I ask, now this pattern is free, is just that you interact with our video in some way. So like it, comment, let me know if you're going to make this, any of those things, feel free to do that. That really helps my channel and this video reach as many people as possible. So thank you in advance. So we've got these. Your kit will have a red zipper and the silver zipper pull as well. We've got our little gate ring connector piece here. Again, your kit will come with this, and you'll have enough of your fold over elastic if you're purchasing the kit to be able to make this. When we're using this in the video here in a little bit, you just want to make sure that you do stretch this a little bit and give it kind of all you got. All right, so that's all the pieces that we need today. We're gonna go ahead and just quickly, we're gonna baste together our back panel pieces. And so with our right side down, we're gonna put wrong sides together. Okay, so we're looking, it's fuzzy over here. We're looking at the right side of our interior, and then we've got the right side of our exterior, and we're just gonna go ahead and baste this together on all four sides. And a baste is just basically like a top stitch, but one that you'll never see because we're gonna end up sewing over it. But it keeps our material together. And I will also link the original Key Fob video in the description box below if I haven't already said that. If I have, sorry that I'm repeating myself, but I just want to make sure you have both versions. The original Key Fob is for non-directional prints, and it is an easier construction, so if you're concerned about the way that this one goes together, you can start out with the other Key Fob, you get the measurements for free and all of that as well. Okay. All right, so our back is ready to go. We're gonna set that to the side, and now we can work on putting together our front pieces. So we're gonna take the bottom of our front exterior, and we're gonna keep our pull off for now. We're gonna take our zip, and we're gonna put that face down. Now, you're gonna get, I do cut these a little bit longer, and it's just because I prefer to trim them down. I like to have too much rather than realize that I don't have enough. Okay, so right side of our zipper is down. Now we're going to take the right side of our lining piece, and we're just going to put that face down. So right sides are together here, and we're just going to make sure that we match our corners. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and stitch this together. And we're going to use about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. My foot is quite large, and so I basically just make it so that the edge of the foot glides right up to where the zipper teeth are. And we're just trimming the threads. All right, we're gonna top stitch. Now, one of the things about this vinyl is sometimes it can be a little tricky. It works really well with like a Teflon foot. Because we don't have a Teflon foot on right now, I'm just gonna put our vinyl down on our actual plate, and I'm gonna let the foot sort of ride along the ripstop. I'm not worried about the top stitching or anything like that being with the bob inside out. So if your machine is different than mine, or if you find yourself struggling with top stitching the vinyl, go ahead and just do it upside down. Or you could not be a lazy girl like me and put your Teflon foot on. Okay, so we've got our top stitch. And this is a really fast sew, so we're moving and grooving here. All right, so again, we're using directional print, so we just want to be mindful of that. So we want this to be how it goes. You don't want to accidentally have it upside down. So we're just going to line up, make sure that we're exactly where we want to be. We're going to put our exterior right side down, so right side facing right side. Okay, and then here for our interior, we're going to leave this right side up, and we're going to put our bunch right on top of it and then incorporate it in. And we'll take a look at what it looks like on the back side here. So again, right sides are together on both sides. Okay, and then same thing to attach this part. And I do backstitch at the beginning and the end of literally everything. So I know some people like to pull their stitches. I do not, but you can if you like to. Just not necessary. You can backstitch. And you don't want to put an iron to this material or anything either. So that's why we're just sort of finger pressing how we want it. And then we're going to top stitch here again, same way that we did before. Beautiful. Looking good here, you guys. We are actually almost ready to put our pouch together. Just a couple of things we want to do first. So we're going to take our gate ring connector, and you can just fold this in half, and we want the finished edge to be on the top, and we're using bias tape binding, the pre-made. So I'll link this below also in case you are going to make your own and you're looking for an easy way to create a connector. And this just open part is going to be at the bottom. It's not technically open and it will never actually open, but we're just going to keep that here in mind. Okay, and we want to put it so that the fold is going inside, and we're just going to baste this on here as well. And I like mine to be pretty close to the zip, so that's what we've done here. But you can kind of put yours wherever you'd like. And that's, again, just to hold it in place for now. So basically when we turn it, the fold will be out, and that's where we'll put our gate ring. Okay? And then the only other thing that we need to do before we put this together is add our zipper pull. So I want our pull to be closed to the left and open to the right. So we're going to put it on the right hand side. Okay, and we're going to leave it just right here in the middle. We're also leaving our excess zipper for now. We will end up cutting that off later. So this is our front panel, okay? And now we're going to take our back panel and we're going to put it right sides together, like so. And we're going to clip all the way around. All right, so we're clipped all the way around. Now, if you wanted to, before you did this step, you could have basted together your front panel. We didn't, but you certainly could, and I don't have a reason why we didn't. Now, we're just gonna sew around this entire square. And we're gonna sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance. 1/4 inch is just like my favorite. And I don't know why. I wish I could explain it. I can't. I don't know. So that's what we're using. You can use whatever you would like, just if you want to keep it consistent all the way around. That will keep the shape of your Key Fob wallet consistent as well. And we're just going to take our time as we come across the zipper. It is not metal, but we like to just make sure we're where we need to be and nice and smooth. We haven't broken a needle on camera in a long time, and I don't want to jinx us because I absolutely would. And again, I'm just going to take my time over this section that has our gate ring connector plus our zip. I'm sure you can hear we're going through more material than we were before. Now we're just going to make sure that all of our stitches look good, and they certainly do. I think we were uneven up here to begin with. Same thing down here. Your girl struggles with cutting. I think it looks pretty good. So here's what we're going to do now. We are going to cut our corners real close, but not through our stitching on all 4 corners. This will allow us the ability to really push out those corners later. Okay, and then we're going to cut off our excess zip tape. We want to just sort of button up our edges here, so anything that doesn't exactly match up, anything we cut really poorly, we're just gonna trim down. I have specific scissors for the zip, that's why I'm changing them out. We'll see if that will do it. All right, so one of the important things here is you're gonna wanna burn your ends. And if you don't like a lighter, there are tools that you can use that will burn the ends without the flame. But you just wanna enclose that. Let me just move some of this mess. All right, we are home stretching here. See how easy peasy that is? So I'm gonna explain what we're gonna do and then we'll do it. But we're basically running 4 separate lines of our fold over elastic, which we're using as binding. And if you've never used fold over elastic, there's a shiny side and a matte side, and there's a center line here. And that's the center. It makes it so easy, so when you're folding over, if that center is lined up with your edge, you know you're in the middle. I was gonna say you're in the center. So we're not gonna go continuously around, because if you did, and you could, okay, so if you wanna keep going continuously around, that's totally fine, but you're gonna end up with some rounded edges. So this is the prototype pouch that I created, and it's beautiful still. And if you like the rounded edge look, you can continuously go around. I'm just going to show you how we can get it to be more square, like our original key fobs. Okay, so if you want, keep binding all the way around, and you're binding to close up these raw edges. Or you can do what we're going to do, which is we're going to do 4 separate bits of binding here. So I'm just going to leave it rolled up, and I'm going to leave a little bit of overhang. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead, we're going to get this stitched on, and I'm going to pull. I'm pulling this as we go to really make it so that it's nice and tight. We're still taking our time over that zip and all of those good things that we did before. And then we'll backstitch. Okay, so we've got our one line here, and we'll do our like real trimming after. All right, We'll leave that as it is, and then we're just gonna come down here. We're gonna move that one just right here out of the way, and we're gonna do the exact same thing that we just did. So we will hold it down, put a couple stitches in, back stitch, pull our elastic, like so, and go ahead and go all the way down across the bottom. And back stitch. All right. So we're just going to do that for these remaining two sides, and then we'll sort of finish up our edges here. We'll trim all of our threads, and then we can turn our bag. All right, so let's trim off all of our threads first. And obviously it takes a little more work to do it like this, but I like this shape better. However, sometimes I'm into the rounded corners. I guess it's really just a matter of preference. All right. I think we got it all. It's going to do one more check for threads here. All right, and then the only other thing would be if you have any ends that are like really pretty long, you can go ahead and cut those down. They're going to overlap once you sort of turn this, so, and it's okay that they stay raw, nothing will happen to those. All right, we're just gonna reach in here. Let's actually clean some of our mess up out of the way. So we'll just reach in here and there we go. Turn it. And you just want to sort of get into those corners, poke them out as good as possible. We'll get a little tool to get in here. You just don't want to poke so hard that you come through your stitching or anything like that. So just be mindful of that. So you can see they're still a little more rounded than our original, our OGs, and so if you just want to keep your fold over elastic, sort of one continuous, it's not, the look is not going to be that dramatically different. It's a little more square, and I'll bring that other one back here to show you the difference in a second once we sort of just work out these last couple bottom corners. So you can see it is a little more round when you keep it just sort of as it is. It obviously is going to look a little more finished, right? Because we've got these ends, which we're not worried about, but it's kind of personal preference. So when you look in here, your corners, they're continuous, and when you look in here, there's just a little bit of a, let me see if I can get you in there, a little bit. It's not a huge deal. It's kind of, like I said, personal preference. And then easy peasy, we just take our gate ring here, pop it on, and there we go. We've got our key fob wallet for directional prints ready to go. Let's head on over to the finish table. We'll look at our original key fob wallet compared to this one, and yeah, we'll see what we're working with. All right, so we're done. And like I said, we'd have a comparison of our OG key fob wallets and our new ones. And so you can see this is the OG. So the size is pretty similar. Our directional print is just maybe like 1/8 of an inch bigger. And obviously we've got crisper corners because we're not stitching the top or the bottom of the OG wallets. So it's kind of, but it is what it is, you know. We've got our tab, which I actually put out a little further than I maybe usually do, but that's okay because I feel like everyone's a little bit different. You can see on this one it's pretty close, and here it's a little further away, but that's okay. It doesn't really affect anything. It's just how far you put it in. So if you're making it and you don't want it to be as long, just put it out a little bit more when you're stitching. There we go. There we go. So many firsts, right? So our first time with a box so that you can make this yourself. So I'm so over the moon about that. And if they sell out, I will add more. I just didn't want to go too wild in case people really weren't interested in them. I will do what I can to add more if need be. So if you see this and you click on them and they're out, they will come back. I will figure it out for us together. I hope that you enjoyed today. I hope that you will give this a try. Make sure you download the free pattern. Make sure that you like, that you comment, that you subscribe. And remember that members get a discount on my personal shopping site, and it's tiered towards membership. So the higher memberships get a bigger discount on the site. So keep that in mind if you're looking at some of the goodies and you're like, oh gosh, I really like that. Think about becoming a member of the channel as well. You do get perks like a percentage off on our Etsy shop. Thank you so much. I hope that you will make this, and I will see you soon.